Yay, more Salted Mark, part 26. We're in chapter 13, talking about the end of days now. Well, Jesus is talking about the end of days now. I was trying to express how important it is to know these things because he himself is saying that many false prophets will come. All right, let me just do the intro. This is Salted Mark, part 25 in the Salted Word series with Slim, Salted Love International Ministries. Here with Anthony, having a good time. We're in Mark chapter 13 up to verse 24, and we're talking about why it's so important to know what the truth is to avoid the fake. Because Jesus himself is talking about how in the end of days, which we've been in the final days since he left, but we may be very well near the final straws of our time of physical being on this earth. So when the false Christs start to arise, especially with technology becoming as it is and just all these things, you just gotta, I can't stress enough, I keep saying it, please read the word for yourselves. As much as I love reading it to you, it's very important to know it for yourselves. And again, I'm going to stress, please, it's so easy to just look up different examples of different translations of the Bible on the internet. Like, I love a physical Bible, and personally, I am very keen to the New American Standard. I did enjoy the Amplified. Amplified was awesome, but I'm definitely a little more preferential to the New American Standard. The 2020 version I had, love that one. I think this is a 97, I think it is. It's good, but I like the 2020 better. Anywho's, I don't want to get all caught up in all that. Let's get it when Jesus is saying. So from verse 24, but in those days after that tribulation, so it's after that tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers that are in the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. It's going to be undeniable when Jesus comes. So when you see some schmo here and there saying, oh, look, I'm the Christ. I mean, I even see sometimes walking about around the city, this Jew claiming to be the Messiah. It's like, are you kidding me, guy? You're about 2,000 years too late. Like, it's crazy. Just, I never thought I'd see the day where, in even New York, people are spreading a false Messiah. It's just insane. But anyway, again, that's why know the truth and you won't be pulled to the side. And then he will send forth the angels and will gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest end of the earth to the farthest end of heaven. Now learn the parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth its leaves, you know that summer is near. Even so, you too, when you see these things happening, recognize that he is near, right at the door. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But of the day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father alone. So when he says this generation, he's talking about this generation of humanity, not like the people that he was with. He's talking about this generation of humanity. Now, I consider the first generation would be between Adam and Noah, and then Adam started, I guess technically you would say that Adam started Noah brought us into the generation that brought up Abraham and the Jews, and then when Jesus came, I believe that started a third generation, which is going to be the final generation, which is, us, the sons of God. Again, as, but that's getting a little deep, and again, that's not really something I ever went into, that's just off the top. But But of that day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but the Father alone. See, that's also important to me. Nobody knows the date or time. Anybody that tells you, oh, God told me the exact day that we're going to get raptured or something like that. Nonsense. Crap. Garbage. Okay? He gave us the signs that we're getting close. But remember, for God, close could be 1,000 years. And, far away could be tomorrow. God doesn't work in our time. God works in his time. So, I'm not encouraging you to say that, it could happen like that, is my point. Or, we could fulfill all the signs and then he could just sit down and be like, all right, I'll give him another 60 years or something. Like, it's completely up to him. So that's why it's one of those things I just don't worry about, like when I hear the trumpet and the cloud starts coming, all right, sweet, it's time, that's it. Take heed, keep on the alert, for you do not know when the appointed time. See, this is what's important. It is like a man away on a journey, who upon leaving his house and putting his slaves in charge, assigning to each one his task, also commanded the doorkeeper to stay on the alert. Therefore, be on the alert, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, whether in the evening at midnight, at cock crowing. I said this before. Don't get filthy on me. He's talking about the rooster crowing. That's why I like the 2020 version is a little better. It don't say things like thong and cock, I don't think so. I love you guys. Anywho's, at cock crowing or in the morning, lest he come suddenly and find you asleep. And what I say to you, I say to all, be on the alert. So, you should always be on the alert. Like, don't, what is it that they keep talking about all the time? The many who wait until the 12th hour to repent often die at the 11th or something like that. You shouldn't be right with God just because you're scared of going to hell, but don't be caught sleeping, you know what I mean? Always be on the upright, always be 100%, Jesus is giving you a warning. I guess this is like just because he doesn't want anybody to go to hell, but just always be on the alert. You don't know when. God could just say, that's it, it's time, and your time is up, and it's time to go. You look around, people are saying a lot of these prophecies have already been fulfilled now. I haven't done enough looking into it to know whether or not I believe that to be true or not, but rumors of wars and wars, we see that all the time, don't we? Father against son, brother against brother, we see that all the time too. Like, the gospel is pretty close to being preached to all nations. I know there's the 1040 window that still hasn't heard the gospel of Christ, but listen, there's a revival going on, and this is going to be it. Like, we're right on the cusp. So everything that has to be fulfilled is pretty close to being fulfilled. They're even talking about this rust on the moon stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like, we're in the last, again, we've been in the last days since Jesus left, but we're pretty close to that final ticking on the clock. So that brings us down to 14, so I think I'll just chop it right there so I don't, do that thing that I have a tendency to do. Alright, salt on that love.